My friends, hello there. OpenAI is out, ChatGPT-5. A lot of hype, a lot of marketing. Before they told us you're going to talk to someone who has several PhDs and who will help you. The reality is, as they say, it's junk. I found this for sale. I don't really know what it is, but I brought it because it's junk. It helps illustrate my point today. So, there really is a disaster in the world of AI, and that's ChatGPT-5. It's a disaster. Some have even described it as shrinkflation. That's what shrinkflation is. It's when, for example, a box of chocolates goes from 100 grams to 90 grams, or a block of butter goes from 250 to 225 grams. It means that there will be less product inside. So, in reality, what people have noticed is that, simply put, he's just useless. To put it simply, he gives vague, short answers. I myself discovered something. I can give you a test. You can try it. I'm going to ask him to make a hypertext markup language page. So I'm not asking him for Scala or assembly or anything else. I'm just asking him for something super simple, just to make some hypertext markup language. So it's considered really basic code, and normally any teenager with Notepad knows how to write hypertext markup language. So I tell him, let's take, for example, a pizzeria. It doesn't matter. And then you make me a page, a home page. I give him some information, so he makes the page for me. Then I tell him, can you add the phone number or can you change this element? And then it's a disaster. Sometimes it crashes, sometimes it just forgets what it did, and then it goes. For example, if I ask it to add a phone number, it creates a blank page with only the number and forgets the previous page. When I point this out, it admits I'm right. After that, it will try again, which is a hassle. So a lot of people are complaining about ChatGPT-5. First, we have the companies. So what did the businesses do? They fired Caroline and Melanie and Mike and all of them. They replaced all those people with ChatGPT. So it's a system that doesn't necessarily work on screen, right? It's a system that can be operated by application programming interface. So you can have applications that through ChatGPT, through the application programming interface, get responses, which will integrate them into a more complex business process. But the problem is, if you want to integrate things, solutions into a business process, they need to be stable. That's the first thing. That's really the basics. But what OpenAI did is they changed their model and broke a lot of things as a result. So there are a lot of clients who pay a lot of money and are complaining right now. There's also a side effect. A lot of people have come forward saying they've been talking to ChatGPT sometimes for months about personal matters. So there are people who share their opinions, share their daily lives with ChatGPT because they use it as a kind of friend, like a friend who's always there to listen to them, who won't judge them, who will always give them advice day and night. They're aware that it's a program. They're aware that it's not a human, but in some way it helps them. And the fact that they talked to it for months and months, keeping the previous conversations in memory, allowed ChatGPT to better understand the context. That means when you ask it a question today, it fits into the context of conversations that have been ongoing for months. So the solution was to give them answers that, in their opinion, were interesting and relevant for that moment. Today, these people suddenly find themselves left behind by ChatGPT-5, which is extremely restricted and seems limited to them. And probably what happened is that OpenAI wanted to reduce, if you will, the energy footprint of the answers. Because the reality is, what is it that costs a lot in an answer? ChatGPT, it's the computation time. And this computation time translates into energy consumed by data centers, entire air, which uses a lot of energy to respond to these requests. So, if we manage to reduce the response time and the energy spent per request, by making requests like shrinkflation, as I told you, by making shorter, more simplified requests, all that, we manage to save a lot, but that affects the quality. So what ChatGPT did is they decided to go back to the previous model, so they allowed, it's quite exceptional, the step-back approach. By the way, I told you at the beginning of the video, I was about to cancel my subscription, and now they've allowed a return to the previous model. So it's not easy. You have to go into the settings. You have to go to the bottom left from the computer. It won't work from the phone. You have to go to the bottom left, click, and go to preferences. And then there's a button that lets you activate what they call the old models. So you activate it there, and only then will it let you access model 3.0 and 4.0, etc. 4.0 and all that. So that's it now. Beyond ChatGPT and this setback, there's something we're starting to notice, something perhaps deeper. Is AI not reaching a plateau? That means, is AI, which matured very quickly with great promises, and we saw or felt exponential growth, not reaching a limit? That's what it means today. I've seen very serious studies done by mathematicians and all who analyze AI from a truly mathematical perspective. And we realize one thing, an important thing, which is that AI can only work if it is trained with human content generated by a human brain. So we tried to train AI with content generated by AI. So we're going to give it images generated by artificial intelligence, text generated by artificial intelligence to see what happens. Well, by doing this over and over, we re-inject the output, we put it back into the input, and pretty quickly it completely degenerates. Pretty quickly we reach a total degeneration of the artificial intelligence. It's no longer able to work, so it needs fresh human content. But today, when we take models with billions and billions of data points, these models, they have absorbed practically everything humans have written. They've absorbed millions of doctoral theses, millions of books, millions of news articles in various languages, all of that. Billions of photos that sometimes, and this is a big problem, are things that were generally picked up, fallen off the truck. As they say, they didn't ask for permission or anything. They just injected into the system millions of museums worth of music, songs, sheet music, everything they found, they fed to the AI. Okay, and we have what we have today. So what's next? How do we move forward? What's next? What's next? We're in a tough spot because now there's no more data to feed the AI. More than that, we have this feeling that we're potentially heading toward a plateau. That means, and we'll talk about it, but it's a really, really big problem. So my friends, ChatGPT, the disaster, there you go. And we'll keep following this story and I'll be back in another video. As for me, see you soon.